everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss Class 10 NCERT Chapter 3 Pair of Linear Equation in two variables. Here we will discuss how to solve linear equations in two variables like x and y. So the linear equation would be of the form a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0. Here a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 are real numbers. So basically we can solve these linear equations in two ways. First is graphical and the other is algebraic. For graphical method, we have to draw graph of both the linear equations, which would be a straight line, and the point where the both graphs meet would be the solution of that linear equations. And for algebraic way, we have two methods in our syllabus. First is substitution method and the other is elimination method. First of all, to solve these linear equations, we have to check the consistency of those equations. Consistency here means whether the solution for those linear equations is available or not. Like we can have three cases here. For the first case, the lines are intersecting. For the second case, lines can be parallel, like they will not meet at any point. And for the other third case is the both lines will meet exactly coinciding way, like it will have infinitely many solutions. So how can we check this thing? First of all, we will take the coefficients of the variables and the constant terms given in our linear equations. First we will check ratio of a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. If they are not equal, this means the lines are intersecting and they have a unique and real solution. If all the three ratios a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2 are equal, this means these both lines will coincide exactly and they will have infinitely many solutions. Like this means each point on those line is a solution to those equations. Third case is if first two ratios are equal, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but c1 upon c2 is a different number. Then the lines are inconsistent. Inconsistent word means they have no solutions. So these both lines would be parallel. And since they are parallel, we will have no solution to those lines. Coming to the first exercise, exercise 3.1. First question is form the pair of linear equation and find solution graphically. Here we will solve these equations graphically. First we have to frame the equations and then we will solve. If the framing of equation is not correct or if there is any glitch in it, then you will not get the solution also correct. So first we will assume variables for the given things which we are supposed to find in the questions. So in the first question it is 10 students of class 10 took part in a mathematics quiz. If number of girls is 4 more than number of boys, find number of boys and girls. Now we will come to the solution of this question. First we will assume that number of girls are x and number of boys are y. Since there are 10 students who are taking part in the quiz, so x plus y is equal to 10. This will be our first equation. And x minus y is equal to 4 because number of girls is 4 more than number of boys. So we will find 3 points for these equations to plot on the graph. After finding the points which will satisfy the both equations, we will plot both lines or you can say on the graph paper. Like you can see, we will plot these points and then the point where these both lines meet is 7, 3. Means our x coordinate is 7 and y coordinate is 3. So we will get number of girls as 7 and number of boys would be 3. Second question is 5 pencil and 7 pen together cost rupees 50, whereas 7 pencil and 5 pen cost rupees 46. Find cost of 1 pencil and 1 pen. We will assume the cost of pencil as x and cost of pen as y. We will frame two equations as 5x plus 7y is equal to 50 and 7x plus 5y equal to 46 as the condition is given in the question. Then, like in the previous question, we will find 3 points which satisfy these equations respectively. And then we will plot these points on the graph paper. And after plotting this, we will get a point where the both lines meet. So as you can see in the graph, both lines meet at the point 3, 5. So 3 is our x and y is 5. So cost of pencil is 3 rupees and cost of pen is 5 rupees. Second question is on comparing the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, C1 upon C2, we have to find whether the lines are intersecting, parallel or coincident. So we will take the ratio of the line given. In the first part it is A1 upon A2 is 5 upon 7, B1 upon B2 is minus 4 upon 6 which will be minus 2 by 3, and we can see both are not equal. So we can conclude that these lines are intersecting. In the second part, we can see the ratio of A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2 all are equal to 1 by 2. So these lines are coincident lines. In third part, we can see that A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2, but it is not equal to C1 upon C2. So clearly these lines are parallel lines. Third question, on comparing ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2, we have to find whether the pair of equations are consistent or inconsistent. So here consistent, again I will tell you, consistent means whether the solution exists or not, and inconsistent means there is no solution to these lines. It would be consistent if they are intersecting or coincident, and inconsistent if the lines are parallel. So for the first part, we can see A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So we have a definite solution for these lines. So these lines are consistent. In the second part, we find A1 upon B2 is equal A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is not equal to C1 upon C2. So these lines are parallel. So these pair of equations are inconsistent. In the third part, we find A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So the pair of equations are consistent. In the fourth question, which of the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent? If consistent, we have to solve them graphically. So first we will check if they are consistent or inconsistent. For the very first part, we can see the lines are coincident as all the three ratios are equal. So these lines have infinitely many solutions. So we will find 3 points on these lines and we will plot them on the graph paper. As you can see, this is the graph, and since these lines are coincident, so we can see the both lines lie on each other, like they are exactly coinciding. So we have infinitely many solutions for this. For the second part, here A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but not equal to C1 upon C2. This means these lines are parallel, so they are inconsistent. So we will not plot them on the graph paper. For the third part, the lines are intersecting. So we will find 2 points. To plot any two lines on the graph, we need at least 2 distinct points so that we can make a line on the graph paper. So then we will plot these points on the graph paper, and here we can see both the lines meet at the point 2, 2. So here x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2. In the fourth part, again the lines are inconsistent because the ratios are a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are equal, but it is not equal to c1 upon c2. Fifth question. Half the perimeter of rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more than its width is 36 meter. Find the dimensions of garden. So we will assume length of garden as x and width or breadth as y meters. Then we will frame equation. First equation would be x minus y equal 4 because the difference between length and breadth is given as 4 in the question. Second equation we will frame by using perimeter. So it is given half the perimeter is 36. So half into the perimeter. Perimeter's formula is 2 into L plus B. We will get an equation x plus y is equal to 36. We will get 2 points for both the equations and we will plot them on the graph paper to find the solution, and here we will find the lines are intersecting at a point 20, 16, which shows x is 20 and y is 16. So the length is 20 meters and breadth is 16 meters. Next question, question number 6. We are given linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 equals 0, and we have to find another linear equation in two variables such that its geometric representation of the pair is formed as intersecting for the first part. So we will find a equation for the condition to be fulfilled as intersecting. It should be a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2. So we have a1 as 2 and b1 as 3. So we will find any numbers. You can take any number. I am taking a2 as 3 and b2 as 2. You can take any number so that the ratios are not equal. So for this, I am taking this equation as 3x plus 2y minus 6 is equal to 0. For the second part, we need a line for which the given line is parallel. So condition for parallel is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 and not equal to c1 upon c2. So we will take the ratio such that a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are same. So I am taking the ratio as 1 by 2. And for the third part, like c1 upon c2, it should not be equal. So I am taking it as minus 9. You can take any number, but the ratio should not come 1 by 2 or the same as a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. So for this, I am taking this equation which is parallel to the given line as 4x plus 6y minus 9 equal 0. For the third part, we need a equation such that it is coincident with the given line. So to fulfill the situation, we will take a line for which the equation could be 4x plus 6y minus 16. Here you can see that a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2. All the ratios are same as 1 by 2. So we can say this line is coincident with the given line. Seventh question is draw the graph of these lines and you have to shade the given region which these both lines make with the x-axis. So first we will plot both lines on the graph by finding at least 2 points. You can take 2 or 3 points for each equation and plot them on the graph. As you can see in the graph, after plotting these lines and considering the x-axis, we will get a triangle whose coordinates are minus 1, 0, 2, 3 and 4, 0. So as asked in the question, you can shade the given triangle. So here we are done with the first exercise of third chapter. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.